Next, a story of heroism. A Houston doctor going through the floodwaters to perform surgery on a desperate patient. They are my guests. They're going to tell you their story this hour. Amid the destruction from Harvey, so many stories like this of heroism, including this one, a Houston area doctor who braved the rising floodwaters in the middle of the night in a canoe to perform emergency surgery on the boy you see there, a 16-year-old suffering from a very serious condition that could have led to permanent damage. Dr. Stephen Kimmel got a call early Saturday morning that Jacob Terrazas needed immediate surgery. Dr. Kimmel's own home was beginning to flood, but he rushed to the hospital anyway. First in his car, there was then too much water. He had to turn back. 2 volunteer firemen then came to help him with a truck and a canoe. They ran, they drove, they paddled in the dark against heavy currents until the waters were calm enough for Dr. Kimmel then to get out and walk the final mile, a mile through waist-high water to the hospital and then do the surgery. It's an incredible story. While Dr. Kimmel was at the hospital, in the meantime, his family, his house flooded. His family had to be rescued from rising floodwaters in their home. Now, Dr. Stephen Kimmel and his patient, Jacob Terrazas, have an incredible story to tell, and they are out front. And thank you both so very much. You both, of course, are safe tonight. Dr. Kimmel, let me just start with you, that story. After all of that, then trying to get through waist-deep water to get there, tell us about that journey.
Well, I had a hard time getting there on my own, and the hospital was able to get a hold of the local volunteer fire department. So William and Kevin knocked on my door, and he said, "We're going to run for a while, Doc." So we ran through the flooded streets, and it was pretty windy and rainy. And then, as you said, we went by canoe, and then by William's pickup truck, and by canoe again. And I felt that these guys knew what they were doing, so I didn't worry about myself at all the whole time. And we got there in pretty good time, considering how we had to go.
And how long did, I mean, usually I know it takes you only, what, 10 or 15 minutes to get to work. Took you a lot longer, obviously.
Yeah, about 15 minutes. I'd say it took us probably about an hour all told.
And yeah. I know at that time, Doctor, your own house was starting to flood. You obviously, you didn't have any second thoughts. You, of course, went straight when you were called. Well,
you know, certainly somebody had to take care of this young man, and so I thought, well, if I can do it, I certainly should. And so he was on the way to our institution, and I was glad I was able to make it.
Jacob, I know you must feel so grateful to Dr. Kimmel and so blessed, but you must have been afraid. I mean, you were facing an emergency. Were you scared?
Yes, I was really scared.
And I know you didn't have an easy time getting to the hospital either, Jacob, with all the floodwaters rising. Tell me how you got there.
Well, we were in a paramedic truck, and we were going down, I guess, the feeder, and we were telling them, well, they were telling us that they were, like, it was flooding, and they were trying to make it, but then I woke up, and my mom was looking at me. She was saying that I saw the water, and we had to get out, and I was kind of lost, but tired, and one of the paramedics carried me to the side of the highway, and after that, we waited for a little bit. It was raining. My mom, my sisters, they were just standing there wet. I was getting wet, cold. We were all cold. And we waited for a truck to get here. And we got in the truck. We left the paramedics. And after that, we went to fire department, I think. And we waited for a big truck to get there. And once the truck got there, we all went in there, and then we headed here. And then I was happy, I was warm with the blankets. And after that, I didn't really remember nothing.
Yeah. I mean, Jacob, were you surprised that Dr. Kimmel was there? I mean, I know you and your family must have had a worry that as hard as it was for you to get there, it must have been just as hard for the doctor that was so crucial to you.
Yes. It was kind of weird because I got there and I didn't know who was the doctor because he got here. I thought he was just like some I don't know, just some dude. And that's what my mom thought too. And once he told me, I was like, oh, okay.
I wasn't dressed like this.
Right, you had just come in yourself. I mean, Dr. Kimmel, when you know, the context here, I mean, you left and then your own family had to be rescued from your home because the floodwaters were coming up. I mean, did you know the storm was getting that dangerous for your family?
No, and I think a lot of people were very surprised at just how quickly the water came up in our city as well as in Greater Houston. I don't think anybody really expected the ferocity that we saw.
And Jacob, I know you're obviously doing better. Dr. Kimmel helped you. This was a crucial surgery, and you're doing better. Since you're with him tonight, do you have anything you want to say to him?
Yes, I'm thankful and I'm really relieved from the pain. I feel way much better.
And Dr. Kimmel, that's why you do what you do.
Absolutely. You know, it's really a privilege to be able to take care of pediatric surgical patients, and you know, it's a very fulfilling day I have every day. It's great to take care of kids and see them get better.
Well, seeing doctors like you, I think, is inspiring and heartwarming to all of us. Your family, Dr. Kimmel, and your home, has the water receded at all? How is your family?
My family is fine. Thanks to the Coast Guard, they got out safely. Since then, the water has receded, and they've been back to the house. It's salvageable, and we'll get it fixed up. It's certainly not the most important thing. I was just happy to see them.
Yes, I'm sure you were, and of course, what you did for Jacob is incredible. Thank you both so very much. Thank you for sharing your story with all of us.
Thank you.
And a good story, a heroic story. Next.